All right, we're back, and today's episode is brought to you by Manscaped. Everyone loves turkey and stuffing, but you'll be looking like dessert with the help of Manscaped's Performance Package 4.0. Ashton H2O Sylve has jumped on the pod, and now he is all dialed in with Manscaped. I mean, come on, he's got to look good on camera when he's fighting on Showtime Boxing with Jake Paul, and I think you guys got to be dialed in too. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code WITHCG, WITHCG at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use the code WITHCG. Be thankful this holiday season for the best gift of all from Manscaped. Your balls will thank you. On to the episode, baby. Let's go. We're back on the podcast, and I'm fired up for this episode. He's a current professional boxer running with a 9-0 KO record at the age of 18. The Long Beach native, Ashton H2O Sylve. Welcome onto the podcast, man.
What's up, man?
Yeah, how's it going? How's life been?
Great.
How we feeling?
Great so far. Kind of busy. I just got back from Texas. From my guy, Dean the Great. He just fought, so I was out there for a week supporting him.
That's dope. So you went to Texas, now you're in Vegas.
Yeah.
Right? You're just like living on a plane now, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, and I'm a homebody.
I know.
That's where it's at. I love staying in like Long Beach and just around there. So just getting out, I just get homesick.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you're going to be back home soon, so that's nice. How did your buddy do? You said he fought out in Texas?
Yeah, he was the main event under the Misfit card, and he did great. He came out with I think third round knockout, a vicious knockout. So
Yeah, he's taking after
yeah,
you. He's
yeah.
taking after you, man.
Yeah, he's training with us now too. He's been training with us
Jeez.
for I think 5 months, 5 6 months, and I can see the progression from there. Just him getting smarter in the ring and just becoming an actual boxer. And I mean, it showed in the ring. Like he adjusted throughout the fight. He came out victorious. Now he got 3 belts.
Wow. Both of you are crushing it. That's nice. You can support one another, doing your thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, let's get right into it. First off, before I get into everything, I want to say congrats on the KO in Glendale, man. That was a great fight by you. Congrats.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was lit. I I wish it was more of a clean. I wish I landed the last little punch. I like to skimp him on his forehead, but we still got the job done.
Yeah, I mean, you were super patient and smooth. I mean, he kept going at you, and you're just like dodging it. Boom, you get one hit, and he was
Yeah,
down. That was sick.
yeah,
That was cool.
yeah.
Well,
I honestly thought I was gonna open up a little bit later, but then I saw like I felt and saw that small opening, so I threw it, and then that was it.
the
Okay.
time, yeah, the timing was perfect, and like you didn't waste any time. First round, man.
Yeah,
Wild.
yeah.
Well, I want to get right into it, man. So, obviously you've been on this journey with your boxing career. At what age, when did you start? When did you know you wanted interest in boxing and all that?
But so I started at 8. Uh, Inside the gym, I started at 8, but I started getting interested in boxing when I was 13, and I think it was more so just like the impact I had on like other people. And I just kind of like, just was like more so I felt fulfilling my purpose, and I just kind of stuck with it because I always wanted to be like a basketball, football player, but like it was just kind of like a different feeling with other people around. Like I said, like the impact I was giving out with boxing.
For sure, yeah. And was there anyone that inspired you, like who you watched growing up?
I didn't like was interested in it. Like I just kind of just boxing, just go with the flow because I was kind of pushed to do it. But the only person I looked after, like if I did get any motivation to do it, was Floyd. Watching Floyd, like just his lifestyle and like what he done in the ring, and like whenever his fights come up, and like the all access and 24/7, like watching that, like it would excite me, want me like throughout life until like I was 13, and I start kind of finding myself and what I want, for me.
For sure, yeah. And like, I mean, Floyd's just unbelievable. Obviously, he's one of the best to do it. But one thing I love is family, Ashton. I'm huge on it, and I'm very close to my parents, my siblings, and you and your dad are very tight. I mean, I don't know many boxers that they have their dad alongside of them, training
Yeah,
them, and you have
yeah,
that. I think Floyd Mayweather is one guy I could think of that has had kind of that type of
Yeah,
avenue?
yeah, he had his uncle, but and then his dad came in, but he's still like family. Like,
Yeah. So
but he's
how's that been? I mean, you and your dad are real tight. How has it been just having him alongside you, training you, and just be on the journey with him?
I mean, it was tough at first because I mean I was young and I was just like I said, I never wanted to box. So him just pushed me like to box, and like him seeing the potential I had in the sport. It was like I said, at first it was like, like, I was always like upset about it. And then, but later on, like once I got 13, 14, it was more so I started realizing and just started, appreciating a lot of things. And then now it's just like I feel like it's like a different connection in the ring. Like he doesn't really have to say too much. Like we worked with each other for so long. Now it's just like it just kind of comes like we kind of have the same, thought process.
Yeah, and it's like it's all business when you get in the gym in the ring, but like is it pretty balanced at home too? When
Oh yeah,
is it no
yeah.
boxing talk?
Yeah, before like when I first started, like it was just boxing back and forth, like from the gym and outside the ring, in and out the ring, it was just boxing. Like he would like force me. But then after we kind of like talked throughout like the years and stuff, now it's kind of like when we're outside the ring, he is barely anything. Like he don't talk boxing. It's just like it's just like a regular family. Like we just be hanging out with like my siblings, and if we're going to an amusement park or whatever, or just even coming out here, like it's not talking boxing. It's like we just go shopping or whatever.
Yeah, you need that. You need that balance just stepping
Mhm.
away after a big
Yeah,
victory, right? Just take that time to recharge, you know what I mean?
yeah, definitely.
Dude, like you're 18. You just got out of high school, man. Like how does it feel to be like having this much success? How are you handling the pressure and just like the success and all that?
I feel well for the pressure. I always tell a lot of people the only pressure like that I have, or if I feel any pressure, is from my family. Like you know, um, if I'm thinking about whether they think of my performance or how I'm doing, then that's when the pressure comes in. But other than that, like just walking around, I feel like a free man. Like now that I'm out of school too, at that, like I'm just um, I like right now. I think about when I see other kids in school. I'm like, dang! Like I remember I used to kind of sometimes skip school or like talk to my teachers about like can I make up an assignment? But now like I think like it's a Monday. I don't have school anymore. Like I'm just kind of I feel like I could be more focused and live life at the same time. And
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. But I know soon I want to go back to college. We'll go to college and just try to pursue something. I was thinking like right after high school, but then my fight came up. Then it was just I feel like it's gonna be too much to start with a big fight coming up. So I'm trying to find like the right time to box and go to school.
I don't really see that often, bro, and I love that because it's like most athletes. Look at LeBron James. He came out of high school. He's like, I'm fucking going. I want to make my money. I want to go do my thing. But like for
Yeah,
you, it's like I want to still do school and stuff. That's pretty incredible to want to
yeah,
balance that. Most people, athletes, just want to go and just do their career and all that, right?
yeah, definitely.
It's crazy, bro. So hey, I want to get right into this last fight in Glendale. What a turnout! Like I said, you had 18,000 people watching you in that arena. You had a bunch of pay-per-view buys, people watching you from their homes. How sick was that to just know that so many people were tuning in to see you get that KO?
It was dope. Like I always dreamed kind of that moment of being on a big stage and like having like I said I watched Floyd like all my life, so like just like I was kind of like when I got in the ring and the build up to everything, I was like kind of finally like it was just like a moment like I kind of like of relief, like I felt like I like finally made it. But just like the whole experience after the fight, like the crowd, walking the ring entrance and walking back to the locker room, the whole experience was just amazing. Like something I always dreamed of.
Yeah, dude, that was sick. I saw the minion outfit. That was hard. What gave you the idea to do that?
Yeah, so, thank you. Yeah, it was actually kind of hard to see at it. So when I was walking out, like the hose is pretty small because I wore an outfit like that, like my second fight. It was the Nightmare of the Christmas, and I had like the Jack the Skeleton, like the whole thing. But this time, like the eye hole was a lot smaller, and the lights was just like beaming, like it was just so bright. So
Yeah.
like when I was walking, it was fine. I was like, okay, cool. Then soon I got to like the part where you stop and like they turn the cameras on. Like I couldn't see nothing. So like while I was walking, I was just kind of basically just following the light. I was following the light. So it was like a part where I stopped and like I saw a banana. So I said what's up to him. And then after that, because I looked the whole opposite way, so I said what's up. So I looked back and I was just lost. Like I didn't like I was stuck. I was like, damn. And then like no one was directing me no more. Like I thought my dad would have like, like guided
Yeah.
me from the back or anything. But I was just like walking. I'm like, damn, that's why it took so long for me to get there at that. It was cool though. Good thing it didn't look too bad, I guess.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, you got to have a little bit of protection behind you. Like, come on,
Yeah.
guys. I need to get to the
Yeah.
ring here. Help me out.
And then when I was walking up the stairs, like the first step I took, I kind of like wow, I'm like damn, like this. If I fall to so bad, it's gonna just throw the whole thing off. But I managed to handle it right.
You did great, bro, and you shined. You shined in the spotlight. You did a hell of a job, dude. If you're gonna wear a minion suit like that, you got to get the KO. Like you're so
Yeah,
confident with it, bro. Good job.
I appreciate
I want to transition into a different subject, and that's Jake Paul. I mean, you had so many people interested in you and signing you, and Jake had been watching you for some quite some time when you were in high school. And
yeah.
man, how sick is it to have someone like him believe in you, want to hit you up and say, "Hey, I want you on my team." Like, how has your relationship been with Jake, and how cool is it to see that he wanted to sign you, and you're now with the most valuable promotions, his promotional company?
It was definitely cool to have. When he first hit my dad up, I never expected like it to be so soon or like him to sign anyone like me. I don't know. It was just kind of like I knew like I was upcoming rising star, like just a promising future. But like I don't know, I thought he just did his own thing, Just I don't know. I didn't know that was like kind of the route that he wanted. But when he got the call, it was kind of like, and then we just started talking. And he kind of had like the same idea of like kind of changing boxing in a way, like just being a trendsetter in the game of boxing. And that was like the idea I always wanted. Like I want to be like the Odell Beckham Jr. of like boxing, or any other athlete like Kobe, Michael Jordan, but more so like I just want to bring like different type of entertainment to boxing.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. And I see that. I see that in you too. He's such a great business guy. Like he
Yeah,
knows what
that
to
too.
do. He knows what to do to
Yeah,
promote. And he can actually fight. Like what do you think about like all these people hating on him? Like you think he's legit? I would think so.
I no, yeah, I honestly think he's legit. Like, more so, I feel like his skills is decent, but I think he's very intelligent. And like in the ring, that's what's like putting him ahead of like the skills. Because like I don't like he's athletic, but he's not like I guess boxing athletic right now. But he has a great team behind him, and he picks up on a lot of things. So like as I'm talking to him, or if he just like point out any comments of any other fighter, I'm like okay, like he knows his stuff, like he knows what he's talking about. So like that, I feel like that's the biggest thing. Like he just he has a high IQ in the ring.
For sure. And he's like changing the sport of boxing. He's got so many
Yeah,
eyes on the sport right now. And like he wants to
yeah,
help out the fighters. That's pretty cool, man. Like I think that's great for the sport.
yeah,
And I think he has a good eye with which talent he should bring on. And he saw you, dude. That's sick. That's cool.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, and it was dope for it just to be me and Amanda, to be the only fighters, and me to be the youngest prospect signed to him and the first male. So it was just great, like like and so like a lot of the focus, like I feel like that was another reason why we signed with him because like he's not like like I feel like he's not like a lot of other promoters where there's a lot of rising stars, but they're kind of be sat on the shelf a bit or anything like that because they have so many fighters. They're not really them, the correct way or as they should.
Yeah, no doubt. I agree with you. And I think that he's given you some freedom. Like do whatever you want, bro. Like
Yeah,
do your
no,
thing, right?
definitely. That was
You
yeah,
like
that
that?
was definitely that was a part of our whole thing. Me and my dad and my team was like we also want like to sign with someone that also gives us the freedom to do what we want and just them to just be our supporting it.
Yeah. And I assume that you've been out to Puerto Rico where he lives. Have you been out there to
Yeah,
train?
yeah, I've been there twice. It was dope. He wants me to come out there and live too, but I'm a homebody. I'm like I don't know, it's just too much out there for me. I feel like I don't know. It just
You're like,
I have to stay in Cali.
you're like,
So Cali.
you're like, slow down, Jake. We'll get to the
Yeah,
bunk. We'll get
yeah,
to the bunk bed soon. But I need to chill at LB for a little bit.
yeah. He actually like I think 3 times. He was like this and that. Like it's a lot better. I'm like nah. And then I remember we were trying to watch the game, and one of the guys like going to the training camp. One of the guys was trying to play a video game, but like the server out there wouldn't allow them to. So that was like another reason. I'm like nah, like everybody's back home, and I wouldn't even be able to communicate with them the same way. Like
Yeah,
nah, I'm good.
I think it just makes sense to go train out there for a little bit to be back at home too.
Yeah, not yet. Definitely like training. Like he could, like he has everything in the gym. Like I feel like he could focus in a different way out there too.
Yeah, and I see why he's out
But
there
for
because
me, like I tell a lot of people, yeah. But for me, I tell a lot of people like I train and work better with like family around. Like just kind of like looking over at them and just like it's just like kind of different feeling. I don't know. That's just me myself. But other people like to get away and just like just focus.
yeah, I agree with you. I think you're doing it right, man. You're doing it right. Um, and he said though, he's like, hey, from here on out, going forward, Ashton's going to be on the fight card with me. We're going to go. We're going to do this.
Yeah,
How nice is that to know that?
that's dope. Like I mean, every fight I feel like I'm being in front of like like you said, last fight was like 18,000 people plus the pay per view buys. So I'm being in front of a lot of people, showcasing my talent.
For sure. No, I think it's great, man. It's huge. I wanted to bring up a different topic now and talk about another fight that's coming up outside of what you're doing, and that's Garcia and Davis. They're
Oh,
going to be
Davis,
fighting. Those are two great fighters, man. What's your thoughts on that upcoming fight, and could you see yourself fighting one of those guys down the road?
yeah, possibly. I feel like that's a fight, but I feel like I'm kind of like chasing them in the way, at least with the weight class, because like as I'm going up, they're also going up too. Like I think now Garcia is fighting at 140, and when I started off, I think he was at 30 or 35, and I was 126. So now that I'm up at 130, like they're also growing into their man bodies too. So like I feel like it's gonna be like a wild if so, like if for me to fight anybody of that name. But like the now that fight though is always gonna be interesting because I mean, like Ryan got like the knockout power, of course. I don't think his defense the greatest, so it's gonna be like it's like a 50-50 chance for like, a knockout to go either way. And I kind of doubt that's gonna go the distance.
Yeah, and they both have wild left hooks, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, and like the height difference too. Like you saw Javante do well against like Barrios, but like I feel like Ryan's a lot more experienced fighter, and I think he knows how to use his height difference, like his length with the shorter fighters. So it's gonna be that's why I say it's a 50-50.
Yeah, I agree with you. And it's funny because all three of you are undefeated right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How nice is that? So I want to, coming down to the end of this episode, I want to know like what's on the radar for you next. Who in your weight class are you eyeing, and do you have any upcoming fights coming up?
So I think we're aiming for a fight in February. But like for like a fighter that I'm aiming for, it's not really like a fighter that I specifically want to fight. I kind of really just go off my team, like whoever they kind of put in front of me. It's like all right, let's get it work. But other than that, like I'm not really like chasing a fighter. I'm just like just going step by step and just until I get to the time where I'm fighting for a world title.
Yeah. And I can't wait for that, man. You're on the right route. 9-0, 9-0, man. So are you, what's next for you? Are you going to head home, train a little, settle in and, just wait for the next one? What's on
Yeah,
tap?
pretty much. Yeah. So I think so. I think yeah, next week I'm just start getting back in shape a bit, and like I said, I think February is like the next date, so I'm just be training till then.
I love that. I love that. Well, hey, man, in conclusion, I want to say this. I want to say you're inspiring so many people of all ages. At the age of 18, you've already done so much. 9-0, 9 KOs. And not a lot of people are doing that right now. And you have a bright future ahead of you. You're signed with Jake Paul. You're going to be on every card of his now. And you're just going to shine, bro. You're inspiring. And that fires me up. That gets me going. So thanks for jumping on. It means a lot. And I'll tell you what, one more thing. The next fight you have, I'll be ringside. I'll come watch you.
Okay, for sure. Thank you.
I'll
And
come.
that,
Go ahead.
that means a lot, bro.
Yeah, I'll come
Thank you.
support you, bro, all day. All right. Well, thanks for jumping on, and let's stay in touch.
Okay, for sure. Thank you again for having me.
Thanks, brother. Talk soon.
All right. All right. Talk soon.
Yep.